Hey yo, welcome back. Hopefully, is everything working? Can you hear me? Are we okay? Am I okay? Is our relationship okay? I think we're good. We had some technical issues last week, but hopefully we're beyond that. Happy Valentine's Day. Thank you for joining me. Ordinarily, I would not be live on Valentine's Day, except for my wife is not living in the same city as me at the moment. So Shin Burr, how are you, my guy? So yeah, she'll be back next weekend. So no streams over next weekend because Mrs. Bray is gonna be in town. I should be back Monday. But yeah, thanks for joining me. Thanks for watching here on Twitch. If you're here, Elvin, Shinbur, or if you're watching this on YouTube, because I think this is one of the VODs that's going on YouTube, because I am putting together a keyboard. My wife did leave me, fortunately, very temporarily, and returns to visit frequently. So, how's everybody doing? How's your Monday night been? I'm good today. Just had a good weekend. Got some rest. Been still feeling kind of tired post illness. So just trying to recuperate, and then played some Magic with my friends. Went to a pre-release event for the first time. So you're gonna wash dishes and lurk. Let's go. Yeah, thanks, man. I appreciate it. A lurk is very much appreciated. So, yeah, no, and good on you for washing dishes. Let's go, dude. Yeah. Other than that, just been vibing. I have a kind of smorgasbord of things to do today. So, a client, one of my favorite clients, sent me a big old Walmart box full of keyboards, and so I can't fit it all into one stream, so I'm gonna split it up. But today I'm prioritizing a keyboard repair, and then we'll be lubing some Holy Pandas and installing them in a Tokyo60. So that's kind of the game plan for the day. I also have taken receipt of a couple new things, so we can check those out. I guess kind of in the preamble, you know, that's kind of what these things are for. So let me pop up my my desk view here, and we can take a look. So one of the first things was, oh, actually, this isn't even, I wasn't even planning to open this on stream, but I guess I haven't opened it yet. Just gonna try to not dox myself here. This is from Prevail Key Company. Let's see. Aha. Little sticker. I'm just pulling out the what exactly was inside it, just because I don't want to show my address on stream. But yeah, I got this is a pretty basic like replenishment, but I did acquire something new that I'm excited to try. So Cryotox 205 and 105 standard stuff. Use that for everything. But this is new. BDZ. We're gonna try that on stabilizers. I have my own way of doing stabilizers that's different from most, but I'm certainly down to try new things. So I figured I'd grab some of this new hotness, the BDZ, and try it on a stabilizer to see how we feel. So those are all going in the lubricant box. And yeah, we'll circle back to that when it's time. I think we'll be doing stabs tonight. So, you know, tonight's the night. I guess we get to find out. The other thing is this guy. And I think, yeah, this is my business address here, so that's fine. Yeah, the Hello 0110 Gen 2. It's a keyboard. Now, unfortunately, I can't build this yet. I received an email from Thok Supply, who designed this board, letting me know that the plate is shifted to the side by 1 millimeter. Hence, I have to wait for a replacement plate. I mean, they're good enough to replace the plate. Very kind of them. I'm glad that they're doing that. Got a Mr. Nobody and Fang sticker. But that means that I have to wait till end of this month or early next month. So, but it's a pretty cool board. I probably will leave well, maybe we can check out the PCB and such, but it's an HHKB style PCB or board. Let's see. In a kind of a cream color, and it's in the same vein as maybe like the Piggy 60 or something that's got just enormous bezels. Kind of what I was going for, or rather what attracted me to this board in particular, because I am a big fan of the chunky bezels and the HHKB layout. So look at that, absolutely gorgeous. Almost a pinkish but definitely beige finish, which is just lovely. Kind of an eggshell texture. Yo, and then it says hello on the bottom. How neat is that? So whenever I get the replacement plate in, we'll get this thing built. So like I said, that's probably going to be about a month. But yeah, I like it. Also, we have a new command.
Bruh.
So there's that. But yeah, well, I just took this. I received this today, and so I was kind of excited to check it out and see. But yeah, it's a gasket mount. I got a polycarb plate for it. Very heavy aluminum and brass build, so that'll be fun someday. So whenever that day is, I'll let you know. I have a lot of personal builds that kind of got pushed off to the back of the line, so you know, we'll see. This one, though, I'm very excited about, so it'll probably take precedence. You can use GeoBre to, oh, yeah, it's Magic Monday. That's right. Hey, by the way.
Bruh.
I went to a pre-release event, and it was super fun. I had a really good time. I got a whole bunch of the new Kamigawa cards, and then I got absolutely eviscerated by Child. So but it was a great experience, and I really enjoyed myself, and I will definitely do it again. You are a Bre. You have joined the ranks. I also changed the Elven Bre. So yeah, it was cool. I mean, I'm sure you know, but for those who don't, you get 6 packs of
Bre. Yeah, that's very cringe.
You get 6 packs of whatever the new hotness is, and then you build a deck out of that with whatever you got, and then you play. In our case, we did 3 best of 3, and yeah, I won my first one, and then I got absolutely rocked on the other 2. So I don't think there's a cooldown,
Bre.
or maybe there is.
Yeah, that's very cringe.
Bruh.
No, I didn't. I did restart my computer, so maybe that had something to do with it. I have no idea. But yeah, I'm. Oh, which reminds me, if you haven't been to a pre-release event and you want a pack or 6 packs in Arena, here, hold on. Here you go. I put in one of these and I can't remember which one, and then it wouldn't let me use the other one. So if you want 6 free Arena packs, take a screenshot of this and then type that bad boy in. One of them still works. So anyways, first come, first serve, I suppose. I think I typed in this one. Let me check. Hold on. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I typed in this one. So this one is probably still valid. Or maybe they're both valid. I don't know how it works. All I know is that you can only have one per account. So anyways, there you go. Take your little spicy screenshot and then we'll, yeah, enjoy some free Kamigawa packs in Arena. Oh, maybe I'll just put those in the chat, actually. That'd be easier because then you can copy paste them, huh? Trying to spread the love, eh? That's one of them. And that's the other one. So, go crazy. All right, let's see. So, today's agenda is as follows. We're going to first repair a board that we built previously, the Warmir TKL, and as well as swap the keycaps on that guy. I believe it's just a slip stabilizer wire, so it should be like a 5-minute fix, if it is what I think it is. And if it's not, we'll see. And then we will be lubing a set of Holy Pandas and installing them in a Tokyo60. So that is the agenda for this evening. So let's hop to it, shall we? Let me just pull up my DMs just to make sure I'm doing all this correctly. Take GMK laser keycaps off the Warmir, install the rainbow keycaps, and repair the enter key. Boom, I got it. All right, here we go. So let's see. Let's go fishing in our box of boards here. First, we need the rainbow keycap set because that's going on this board. Yes, I believe this is it. Look at that. Lovely. What is this? Oh, this is a this is a lens filter set. This is mine. This did not come in this. Shit. Which is trying to make sure that nothing has an address on it. Okay, so this is the Warmir DKL, which, hold on though, hold on. Ah, there it is. We'll have to, hold on, let's do something real quick. Because I believe that these Holy Pandas came with a 75% board, and I'm pretty sure that a TKL is 84. Hold on. I should know this, but let me Google it. I know there's more keys in a TKL. 84 and a 75%, and I believe there's 87. Yeah, so we could have a 3-switch discrepancy. So let's just count these out just to see how many we actually have here. Because if we only have 84, actually, if we only have 84, I'm like 99% sure I have some of these on hand. So I can supplement. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, 20, 30. 40. Hey, let's go. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. I believe the code TRYNEO also gives you 6 or 3, I mean. Okay, so 60. Sounds good, my dude. Good luck. Have fun. Are you drafting Neon Dynasty tonight? Okay, so that's 80. Oh, good. Okay, so they sent 90 switches. That's fantastic. That means that we have enough to build a TKL. Let's freaking go, dude. Because I'm pretty sure this was a... I might be mistaken, but I think this originated from Drop, who is running a special on an Idabao ID80 Crystal with Holy Pandas. I'm pretty sure. And so these were intended to go in a 75% board. They just shipped 90 of them, which is awesome. So, all right. That means that the switches, or the first board in question is this guy. So, first order of business is diagnosing. You can see that this enter key has recessed, and I'm not sure why, but I'm guessing it's a slipped stab wire. Get some tweezers out and see. Actually, yes, it is, but not in the way I thought. Okay, well, this is a hot swap board, so first we'll just pop out the switch. Second, we'll pop out the stabilizer, because it's plate mount. How neat is that? And then we'll just move the wire. So what happened was that the wire just simply slid out of the stem housing, I believe, and this is not the enter key that's intended to remain on this board, but I'll put it on just to try. I love GMK laser. It's so nice. Yeah, there we go. Mucho bettero. We're back in business. I remember this board. I like this board. Okay, I believe we have salmon tactiles in here, if I recall correctly. So what we're gonna do is remove these caps, which we will be putting on the Tokyo. So we'll put them in here for now. And then we'll put on the rainbow caps. I also forgot how, I think these are palm stems, but they're very like, the plastic is very smooth in the way it interfaces with other plastic, so it makes it very nice to remove the keycaps. Could be like Teja, right? Doesn't he stack up a few in the little grabber? Eh. We can't all be that way. I have the GMK laser set with the, it's kind of like the monochrome one. I can't remember. It's like L7 something, but the alphas and the mods are the same color, and I like it a lot. I think it's just a really nice looking set. But the like kind of digital sunset novelties are really cool. I don't have any of those, but I think they look fantastic. Oh, I also have an artisan box on the way. I prioritize the rainbow over the legending. So, but I think I need all of them, right? Yeah. Just the alts are on either side of the spacebar. Nice. All right. Then I just need the nav cluster. But honestly, that's a really satisfying layout right there with the way the colors work. I like. All right, so let's grab the second half of this. Let's get our arrow keys. Right, down, up, and left. And then I'm pretty sure the ones we want would be delete, which are there any other colors of delete? There's a blue delete. I feel like blue is the right move here, right? Well, it's not the same row height. Maybe that's if intended for like if the delete was kind of nested. So let's try. Yeah, that's the right row height. And then end, and then page down. That seems reasonable. And then home, page up. And where's insert? Hello? Where'd he go? A shorter insert than that. Is there not one? Am I just not seeing it? Am I a crazy person? Huh. Well, either way, the top row is print screen, scroll lock, and break, right? So I guess pause break. And then I feel like we're looking for like a green insert. Is it this? I feel like this is the wrong row height. Or maybe I just need this home and page up. That's probably what it is, honestly. Let's do that. These ones are a lot grippier on the switches. So they tend to remove the switch 2 when you pull the cap off. There we go. They're most likely PBT, which tends to be a little bit tighter and have a higher coefficient of friction than ABS. Nice. All right. I think we got ourselves a recapped keyboard. Cute. I like it. Sometimes PBT spacebars can be a little bent. This one feels all right. It does make it chatter a little bit, but not too bad. And that's just what happens with a PBT spacebar. Some of my favorite keycap sets are PBT, and it's really sad when like I had a spacebar that I had to boil in order to straighten, which is an odd experience. You stick the spacebar in boiling water, and then you put it on your countertop or some sort of level surface, and then put something heavy like a book on it just to hold it down, and then hope that it cools correctly, which doesn't always work, and sometimes it'll just go back kind of the way that it was. So anyways, all right, so step 1 I believe is complete. Love it. Very happy about this. Let's just make sure everything's properly attached. Nice. Okay. Next step is gonna be, man, group buy is getting posted to the Discord while I'm streaming. What is this? GMK Manta. Interesting. All right. Next step is gonna be Tokyo60. So we're gonna lube the holy pandas. We're gonna install them in the Tokyo. You know someone who's a banana space. Wait, really? So like even the ABS is bending. That's weird. I haven't heard of that before with ABS keycaps, but I guess it makes sense. It's still plastic either way. That'd be a bummer, dude. If you spent GMK money and then ended up, and isn't the Future Funk spacebar yellow? That's hilarious. I have Future Funk, but I haven't opened it yet. No, it's blue. It's blue or white or purple, I think. Whoa, dude. What on earth is this? I just found a Reddit post that's very interesting. Look at this thing. I don't know what this keyboard is, but... Huh. Interesting. That's pretty clean, though. I like that. Had a chatter on spacebar on a 7V. Interesting. That's a bummer, man. Like I would, yeah. I don't know. I guess that's the danger of what I'm doing, which is not opening most of my GMK sets in case I decide I want to sell them. Keep trying to fix the stabs and ask him to check the spacebar, and sure enough, I think though you can probably boil and fix a GMK spacebar too, right? And sometimes if they're bad enough, like I know that MT3 Serica, they were sending out replacements. And that's where I had a really bad one, but I didn't know that they were sending out replacements until it was too late, so I had to just kind of deal, which is a bummer. Okay, let's put this to the side. And you can, but you shouldn't have to. Exactly. Yeah, it's like if it costs you that much and it takes that long to even get delivered, like it better be the best there is, right? Like that's how people see it anyways, that GMK makes the best keycap sets there are. So it'd be kind of uber lame if they were whatever. Okay. So, let me just make sure real quick that there's no addresses on this. All right. 220 plus to get fruit. I know. Okay, this is the Tokyo60, an HHKB layout board. And also, what was I even talking about not having enough switches? They're going in a 60%, not a TKL. I think I'm losing my mind. The Halo switches are going in there. So, all right, is this a solder or a hot swap? Let's find out. I hope it's solder because I love soldering. But we'll see. Nope, hot swap. That's convenient though. Makes it easy for people to switch them out without having to solder. Very nice. Okay, so yeah, this is gonna be great. So we're putting the GMK set on this guy, which this is an interesting board. It's got 2 screws in it still, and let's see, are there any gaskets in here? No. So it's not. It doesn't appear to be gasket mount, but it has bump on feet included, a wrench, some cables. Interestingly, it has a space bar, but the space bar is oh no, it does. That is a plate mount space bar. Oh, it has the stabilizers, but they're just the cherry ones. So you just put Bushido. Nice. I love Bushido. I put Bushido on my Saturn 60, which was really neat. I like that it's one of the few sets that has like the legends are different colors, but all the alphas are the same. Like it's got the 2 distinct, the white and the red. I think it's really pretty. So cool. Well, that is sweet. I'm curious if this board has a way to mount the PCB to the plate, or if you're just not supposed to pull all the switches at the same time. Let's actually open up the case and find out. I'm guessing that you're just supposed to, when you hot swap it, not replace all the switches at the same time, but or open it up when you do that. You can still open a board even if you don't know how to do that. Hey, hello. Welcome in. Oh, it does. It has little interfaces where the PCB can attach to the plate. So you can hot swap it to your heart's content without having to open the case. Very cool. Okay. Well, awesome. So just to catch you up, and everyone else here who wasn't here for the beginning. Got the space enter key fixed. Got the keycaps swapped out. So now we're gonna lube the Holy Pandas and build the Tokyo60. And then I'll ship those two out. And then next stream I will do the Idabao, which should be sweet as well. So, anyways, I've just been kind of looking over this board just to kind of see how it works. I might actually attach the well, we'll get to this later. I'll prioritize the lubing for now, and then we'll move on. So I did also pick up some new lube for stabilizers. Try that out and see how it works. They say it eliminates the need for like a holy mod on a larger stabilizer. I will be the judge of that. But either way, we'll find out. This is a cool board though. I love this layout. Oh, cool. All right, let's check it out. Shin just sent me something. Oh, that's nice. Let's see. Can I show this? Yeah. Look at this. And the artisan. Oh, and the desk mat. Shin, come on, man. That's so good. Nice work. I like it. Yeah, honestly, my brain struggles with HHKB a little bit in terms of I'll get fully used to it at work. Having the control where the caps lock is and things like that. And then I'll go home and I'll not have an HHKB keyboard. So I think what I might do is anytime that I use an HHKB at work, I'll use one at home. Because I did just pick up that Hello 0110 that I was looking at the beginning of stream, so. Which actually, Shin, I don't know if you saw that one, but pull it out one more time. This guy. So they sent an incorrectly cut plate for this, so I can't build this yet. I have to wait for them to send a replacement out, but it's it do be chonky, which I love, and it says hello on the bottom, which is adorable. Heyo, there you are. Look at that. But anyways, yeah, we'll get this built at some point. We won't use that. There we go. Just slide that in there. It out. Right? It's nice. I opted to get that over like the Piggy 60 just because it was a little bit cheaper, and also the HHKB. If I'm gonna go all the way down to 60%, I'd rather just have the HHKB layout personally. But to each their own. All right, so we'll get some Crytox. Get the spring bag. Some oil, the stem holder. Switch opener. And then we're trying out the BDZ instead. This guy. And then yeah, we'll go with that for now. Brush. Maybe let's use this one from BDZ. And then get the spring bag opened up, and I'll put a little bit of tribosis in that one. It was lacking last time. I think I'm also basically out of tribosis, so just fine. I was trying to use it up anyways. All right. then rub that in there a little bit, and then we'll just add a little bit of extra oil too when I get all the springs in there. So let's get crack-a-lackin'. So I've raved about this switch opener so many times, but it is truly amazing. The Gateron kind of one-hander special. Saves your thumbs for sure. For surely. And this week we have 90 switches instead of 110, which is definitely a relief. Don't mind doing batches of 110, but somehow it just feels so much more attainable to do 90 instead. And I have batches of 125 waiting for me in some instances, and I am not exactly looking forward to that. But those are all personal batches that I brought this on myself. I ordered that many, and I shouldn't have. But it was TKC sells them in batches of 25 instead of batches of 10. So I wanted 110 in case I wanted to build a full-size board, which is silly because I can't remember the last time I actually did build a full-size board. But then I ended up having to get 125. So, which is actually, I think, the maximum they let you order of the kiwi and tangerine series. But I need to remember to take this mat outside and shake it out at some point, because I did some repair to my desoldering gun, which kind of left some debris, and it's made of silicone, so everything kind of sticks to it. Also, I'm keep like nervously glancing out the window because I think it's supposed to snow a lot tonight. Which is kind of nice because my yard is entirely dirt right now. So whenever the weather gets warm and it starts to melt, when I let my dog out, she gets very muddy. So if it snows a lot and then gets really cold, then she can go outside without getting absolutely atrociously filthy. But it's a catch-22 because I think she likes spending time outside more when it's warmer, obviously. So it's like, I need like a tub in front of my front door so that when she comes in, I can just give her a bath immediately. I'm sure she would love that. Yeah, it's supposed to snow 1.5 inches tonight, 2 inches tomorrow, another inch on Wednesday. Whew. And then 2 inches Saturday, 3.5 on Sunday. So we might get buried. That'll be kind of nice, actually. It's been a pretty dry winter so far here in Montana. And I don't know. I grew up here, so I really like the snow. So I kind of miss it. So it'd be nice to have a little more, I suppose. These were some of the first Switches I ever bought, now that I think about it. Holy Pandas from Drop. And, you know, everyone raved. I think people have cooled on them a little bit since then. This was like 3 years ago when they were like the new hotness. But still, they're still so solid. Like, I don't know. There's just something about them that's really nice. And, you know, the fact that you can buy them as a single Switch instead of having to buy the Halos and the Pandas is very nice, because I also did that for a while. Back before Drop had them in stock regularly, I would just buy sets of Halos and sets of Pandas, and then I'd switch swap, or I'd stem swap them and then throw away the rest of the guts, because, like, you know, you could put them together, but the Switches, the unholy Pandas, were really awful. Like, so there wasn't a lot to do with them. So it's really a lot nicer to not feel very wasteful, you know, and just buy a single Switch. I like it. And yeah, they just feel great. I have, I think, 2 or 3 boards that have Holy Pandas in them. Some are the Drop ones and some are the homemade Franken Switches, but both are nice. You can get some fun color combos though, because the let's see, the Panda housings and the Halo stems come in different colors. So you can do like a clear stem or a peach colored stem, and then you can do like a black or a mint housing or a purple housing, I think. So you can do kind of, or burgundy maybe. So you can do like kind of fun mix and match to make different colors of Pandas, which is cool. I'm pretty sure you use the spring from the Panda, not the Halo, but I can't remember. A lot of people actually buy TX springs, so they're not even using the ones that came in either, which is probably smarter. But I think I would always use the Panda spring and the Panda housing and the Halo stem, because I don't really like Halos by themselves. I don't know, they just don't really feel good to me. But I feel like nowadays there's less and less reason to actually build Franken Switches. Like, there's so many good Switches on the market that, like, yeah, there's probably some amazing Franken Switch combos, but for them to be worth my time and money, they have to be amazing, and I can probably get 90% of the way there with something else that I don't have to switch swap. But if I'm already opening them up to lube them, it's less about my time, I suppose, and more about the expense. You know, like if I'm, what is it? Which ones? The Neapolitans are a clone of this, but I can't remember what the switch is called that needs 3 different switches. It's like the top from one thing and the bottom from Zykos is what they are, because it needs a Zelios, which is one of the most expensive switches to begin with, and that's one of 3 that you have to buy to actually make the switch, which is like, ain't nobody got time for that. So the Neapolitans are like, never tried a Zykos, so I can't say how they compare to the Zykos, but they're good tactiles. I really like them. In fact, I'm daily driving them in a Think 6.5, so I don't know. I think they're great. I think, was it Cannon Keys puts them out, maybe? I want to say. They do a lot of cool stuff. I'm pretty sure Cannon Keys does like the Huskies and the Seals and the or is it Kinetic Labs? It's either Kinetic Labs or Cannon Keys. I suddenly can't remember. Kinetic Labs does all the polycaps, like the Corn and the Whale, and I think they just have a new one that came out. I think it's called Seal, and it's kind of like a Dolce style, like light gray, dark gray, which looks really nice. And I've been impressed with all the Kinetic Labs stuff that I've used so far. I think I have Octopus and Whale, and I've liked them both. And I think they're starting to, I think Cannon Keys is starting to license designs that are also on GMK sets. Like Fuji is one that I just saw. So GMK Fuji is a keycap set that I ordered quite a while ago, and it still hasn't shipped. And they just announced that they're releasing nice PBT Fuji, so it's the exact same like color scheme and design. It's just in PBT, and it's in stock right now. And I was like, oh man, like I kind of want to order that, but also like that'd be kind of stupid to end up buying an entire, like basically duplicate set that's probably slightly lower quality just because it's dye sub. Not that it's bad, but quality, but it's probably slightly lower. Anyways, I was like, that's a tough choice, but I think I'll pass on that. Pin was a little bent. Just had to fix that guy. After stream today, I am gonna call my mom. I figure probably not always have the ability to be able to call my mom, so Valentine's Day, call her and say hi, see how she's doing. So if you're hearing me right now and you're able to call your mom, maybe think about it. I don't know. Sure, she'd like to hear from you. You have a good relationship with your mom, and I don't know. My family and I are like all very good friends, but I was like thinking the other day, I was like, man, I have two sisters, and it's like I almost never call them. Like I should do that. I should talk to them. See how they're doing. My sister so I have one sister who is getting a PhD because she's way smarter than everybody else in the room, and she's studying biochemical engineering at Cornell. And then my other sister is a physician's assistant who assists with surgery and fosters Dobermans. And then there's me. I mean, I'm not an underachiever, but I'm just like, I don't know. They're so smart, and I'm like, I don't know what happened over here, but it's cool. I'm vibing, having a good time. But and we have a great relationship, the three of us. But I don't talk to them that often, so I should call them and be like, yo, how's it going? How's your house of 3 Dobermans treating you? They're very cute. She owns 2 and then fosters 1. So whenever she finds a home for one, she'll usually foster another, and she's very good with them. She's always been really good with dogs, but like something about the Doberman breed, she really understands them and is able to like take good care of them and find the right homes for them, because often that's one of the breeds, like the more like scary looking breeds tend to get abused a little more often, in terms of like people will try to make them mean so that they'll be like a guard dog or something. So finding the right home for a dog like that, especially if they've already had some sort of abuse, is hard. So she'll go all over the state just to find homes for these dogs, which is awesome. And then she works with a rescue that will send them to her when she has an opening in the Dober Mansion, as she calls it, which is adorable. So I don't know. I think that's pretty cool. Pretty inspiring. Pretty wholesome. All right, we're just about done here. I think these have a slight coating of factory lube, which is funny because I think most of the time they ship them unlubed, but maybe I just have some on my hands from, I don't know, messing with the spring bag. I'm not sure. Either way. Let's put a little GPL in there and then give her a shake. I think I mentioned this last stream, but I think the single biggest thing that can help the sound of a switch is by lubing the springs, because a lot of times the scratchiness really affects the feel more so than the sound, but the crunchiness or pinginess of the springs affects both. So if you only got time for one, whoa, All right. That's probably pretty good. Just enough shaking to make them difficult to separate from each other, right? That's the goal. So then we open up LaCroix. Yeah. Let's see. Done with those. We'll start just chucking the housings in this base. In the space base from Space Cables. Space Holdings now, I suppose. Funny, I think they actually like cables is one of the smaller things that they do, which obviously would make sense. What flavor is it? We got black raspberry. I have found though that my new favorite flavor is the beach plum. That one's so good. Delicious. But they didn't have it last time I went shopping. I bought this stuff at Costco that I thought was supposed to be kind of like LaCroix. It was called Hint. And it's like in plastic bottles with a screw-on lid, which I was like, I actually kind of like that because sometimes I don't finish a LaCroix and I don't like them when they go flat. So if I can just put a lid back on it and chuck it in the refrigerator, that would be fantastic. Recyclable bottles and all that. So I was like, perfect, I'll buy some of those. Turns out they're not carbonated. And so it was like very disappointing because it's like, this was... It not being carbonated was what I was hoping to avoid entirely, but instead the entire product is uncarbonated, so I'll still drink them because I don't want to waste them, but I was just like, they got me. Okay, sounds good. Thanks for being here either way. You may speak some English, but I speak absolutely zero Russian, so I have no idea what that says. I apologize. I can at least recognize that I'm 99% sure that's Russian. But that's the extent of it. Oh yeah, there's a little lump in my desk mat here. Just from it being rolled up. Kind of preventing him from sitting flat. I will Google Translate that at some point. Let's translate this right now and see what it is. Ah, you've been in my recommendation more than once, so you're not a gamer or a musician. I am technically a musician, but not on Twitch. I don't, yeah. Eventually I'd like to add music to my repertoire of things that I do on Twitch. But yeah, and I have played games before. I played Satisfactory once. And so like that's another thing I'd like to add. But yeah, primarily I build and review mechanical keyboards. So that's kind of my shtick on here. So not sure why Twitch is recommending me. The algorithm works in mysterious ways, but yeah, that's the only answer I got for you. Okay, let's get the old tweezies out and put some springs in some bottom housings. I feel like Google did a decent job of translating there. Oh, this is why you gotta have 2 pairs of tweezers, because you'll almost always have a binary system of springs when you pull them out of the bag. And and then you just separate them carefully. And if you touch them, I think I mentioned this last time, my hands are so dry that if I touch them, the oils, and Nathan time to learn, hey, you know, I only got enough room in my small brain for one language at the moment. One spoken language, I suppose. Technically, I'm multilingual if you count programming languages, but I doubt anyone would because they're technically still in English. Kind of embarrassing, to be honest. I think about this a lot. Like, I feel like a lot of Americans are not really bilingual. I think a lot of Americans can speak maybe a little bit of Spanish because most of us learned Spanish in high school, or I took some in college. But like, I don't know that there's a lot of truly bilingual Americans. Obviously there are some, right? But as opposed to other countries where I feel like a lot of the time there's people in other countries can at least speak enough conversational English to get by. And I feel like it's like, I don't know. Maybe I'm overthinking it, but sometimes I'm a little bit embarrassed about that. I was in Singapore a few years back, and that was very obvious that it's like how everybody else could speak at least 2 languages, at least, except for any Americans that were there. And actually, I don't think I even ran into a single American. I ran into a lot of Australians in Singapore, which was fun. But I did not run into any Americans other than my wife, who was with me the whole time. So maybe it is time to pick up another language. I think my wife is trying to learn Korean on Duolingo in her spare time, because then she can understand K-dramas a little bit easier without having to, because I'll watch them with her sometimes, and I'm like, dude, I cannot multitask. I am like reading subtitles like a maniac, just trying to understand what's going on. And like, it takes so much focus to watch something in Korean or any language where you have to read the subtitles. I can't be like folding laundry or lubing switches or anything. Or even eating, like, because if I can't even look down long enough to take a bite of my mac and cheese, then I'm gonna miss something if I do that. It's all important. Oh, come on, buddy. There we go. All right. Oh, by the way, Twitch recently announced that affiliates get an extra emote slot and an animated emote slot. So I think we should take advantage of this. I think we should try to figure out what my emotes should be. Because I believe I have 2 spots now. I think I already had one left over before, but now I have another. So I don't really know the best way to go about figuring that out. If I should do like an emote contest on my Discord or something, but I don't know. It's at least an opportunity, and I think animated emotes are really fun. Uh-oh. We got a 3 spring. There we go. I think we're good now. But I also don't like see the other thing about like something like an emote contest is that even if I had like a cash prize for the winner, um it almost still feels exploitative because like if you didn't win, you still spent time on it submitting something to my channel that I ended up not using. So I feel like I'm like stealing those people's time. I don't know. Like I'd almost rather like either design them myself or find an artist I like and have them do them. But I'm not really sure. I should look up the requirements for animated emotes because I did see someone took the entire movie of Shrek and turned it into a GIF and posted it on Reddit. So like, depending on how long the emote could be, we could just have Shrek as an emote and it's the whole entire movie. That'd be kind of funny. But I seriously doubt that would meet either a size requirement or a. I bet there's a duration that the animated emote can last, and I'm sure that like an hour and a half is much longer than they are intending. But I think it'd be funny. Okay, springs installed on our first small batch. So let's get to lubing. The BDZ actually, so I think for an HHKB layout we only need 3 stabilizers if I remember. There's a 7U I think for the space bar, and then a couple 2Us. I think like backspace and enter potentially, because I think that left shift doesn't need one. Trying to remember. Or maybe backspace is split and you need left shift and enter. Oh, hang on. I've been lubing linears for so long I forgot that you don't lube the legs. There we go. You don't lube the legs on a tactile switch. That's the key. I mean, you can, absolutely, if you value smoothness over tactility, but in general, it's recommended to avoid. And I think I would agree with that consensus, unless it's a Zeal switch, in which case I feel like it's almost too tactile, so I'd rather smoothen it out than deal with that. And lubing the pole in the middle is very important as well. That interfaces pretty closely with the central column of the bottom housing, so you can help a lot of spring crunch that way too if you get lube up in the top part of it. I feel like I ran Vladimir off and I feel kind of bad about it. Like I immediately dismissed his language before even trying to translate it. And then he was very polite and said, okay, thank you, goodbye, and now he's gone. I'm sorry. Right? That's a little bit of an emotional oof there. How hard is it to Google Translate, you know? Not hard, that's the answer. Oh, cool. Interesting. Well, if he comes back, I'll install a plugin. Seemed like a nice guy. But I guess if I'm not a gamer or a musician and that's what he's interested in, I don't want him to. There's other streamers you can watch, you know? Maybe someday I'll do a music stream. That'd be fun. I've thought about doing that for sure. I wanted my big thing though is like, and I should probably let this go from like an emotional standpoint. Oh yeah, that's actually the first thing I'm probably gonna do is make a new speed capping song that's like 10 minutes long in a single take, so that there's no gaps, because that's my big problem with the current one. But the problem I have is that if I am gonna do something, I want it to be like perfect the first time. So like there's things I want to do, like have multiple cameras, one pointed at my feet, one from directly above, one pointed at my face, and then either a pedal that I can push with my feet to switch between the views, or maybe like a secondary pad I can hit with a drumstick to change them like while I'm playing, so that it's a bit more dynamic than just like one static shot. But all of that takes time, of which I have not as much as I would like to do things like that. So I don't know. I'll probably just reduce the complexity of what I want to actually accomplish. The 10-minute version of Taylor Swift's All Too Well exists. That's true. We could use that for the speed capping song. That's a good point. But yeah, I just want to make sure that like whatever I'm doing, I'm happy with it. And so also I think it would be very inconvenient to have to like tear down my stream setup. Like part of me wants to be able to just do, and actually I think I have enough cameras. I have 2 like mirrorless cameras that I'm not using right now that both I think would work. They're a little less quality than the overhead and face cam that I'm using right now, but I think those 2 are actually overkill for what I'm doing with them. They're technically cinema cameras that I use for like more commercial projects. They're just happen to have a lot of features that make it convenient to live stream with them. The face cam has a Bluetooth app that I can use to change settings on it without even having to touch it. And then the overhead cam, actually, it has a Wi-Fi, so I can just like connect to it and then control it from there. And actually it transmits the video over Ethernet. So I don't even have like an HDMI capture device on it. It's just a network live stream, which is pretty neat, because that means that I can actually technically leave my streaming PC in here and then stream from anywhere in my house, as long as I can run an Ethernet cable to my camera. That's kind of amazing. So if I ever wanted to do more of like an IRL stream, like some woodworking or just like making a stupid recipe in my kitchen or something, like I at least could pull that off, which is pretty rad. So anyways, they make a version of this camera, my overhead camera, that can be powered entirely over Ethernet. So it would literally be a single cable to both power the camera and transmit all the data. And I have powered switches, so I could run powered Ethernet through my house, and then be able to like just plug a single cable into the wall to be able to stream from anywhere, which would be kind of amazing. So we'll see. Depends on how much I want to kind of expand the scope of my streaming beyond what it actually is, which at the moment is more just streaming client builds so that they can see what I'm doing, which is obviously valuable. But it's like, do I want to expand beyond that or not? Because you only got so many hours in the day, so got to figure out what provides the most meaning to you with the time that you have, right? So that's where I'm at right now. We'll see. You may see me on here cooking in my kitchen, making something stupid, or playing my drums. You never know. Got one row down, so let's pop the tops on those. 16, I believe. Oh no, I'm already dropping stuff. But it didn't fall out of frame, so don't owe Filet any money. See how this feels. Oh yeah. Imagine you can expand streaming through the house. I think that actually she would maybe not 100%, but I think she would think it was cool because then once she's done with school, we could stream stuff together, like her doing artwork or something, and she wouldn't have to be in this room. That was actually the original intention of this channel, is that my wife would, we would both stream on this channel, maybe even both once a week. So like I'd take Mondays, she'd take Wednesdays or something like that. And I'd do keyboards one day and she would do painting another day. Obviously with school, she doesn't have time for that, but we'll see if there's still interest there when she's done with school and kind of got more stability in her life. But yeah, I don't know. That was the original intention. Hence why my Twitch name is not really exactly keyboard related. We called it Interloper Creative, so it could be kind of a more umbrella of a category. That's also for tax purposes because technically Interloper Creative is a registered business with the government, and so I everything that I do that makes money and is somehow in a creative vein, that both of us do. So her paintings, my keyboards, I make money by producing video content for whoever wants to hire me, and then writing software on the side or making websites on the side, whatever. Any of that stuff would all fall under that single category, which just makes it a little bit easier for taxation purposes and just like managing expenses and all that stuff to have it be a single legal entity. So anyways, yeah, according to the government recognizes Interloper Creative as an actual registered business. So this year is the first year that I will be doing my taxes with Interloper Creative as an actual like integrated corporation. So we'll see how this goes. But I am going to hire an accountant because a lot of stuff happened this year. My wife, changed jobs, went from working to being in school, and we bought a house and started a small business. So there's just a lot of stuff to deal with. And I was like, I could try to account for all of that with TurboTax, or I could just hire an accountant and have them do it. And so that's what I'm going to do. Plus, if they can find me more deductions than I ended up paying them, then obviously that's worth it. But the American tax system is very annoying because the way it works here, if you're not from here, is that the government knows exactly how much you owe them in taxes, but they don't tell you how much you owe. They make you figure it out by filling out a bunch of different paperwork, like a bunch of different forms, and checking a bunch of boxes and doing a bunch of math and then arriving at the correct number. And if you come to the incorrect conclusion, then they could send you a bill for more taxes, or actually just reach into your bank account and take it, or potentially audit you if they think it's suspicious. And then, there have been attempts to simplify the American tax system to make it a little bit easier. I know there's some countries where basically the government just sends you a bill and then you just pay it, and that's how it works. But companies like Intuit, who own TurboTax, I've heard that they lobby the government to try to keep taxing more complicated so that people still need their services. Crypto. I have crypto this year. I have one stock that I own. So I don't know that really makes. Yeah, but crypto, it's like, what does the government even do?
What's up, baby?
Shane, my boy. Thank you so much. Hey, yo. Thank you for the prime. Appreciate you, my dude. So, yeah, I don't know. Taxes be weird. And obviously also, like, getting handed a bill for your taxes. Bing bong. Isn't that a great clip? I've been saying that, sup, baby, take me out to dinner nonstop for the past, month. And I have to be very careful around my wife because it annoys her when I say it too much. So I have to, be very careful about that. Shiba tanked on me and Cardano is taking its time. Yes, I hold both of those. I bought 4 million Shiba just because I thought it was funny to own 4 million of something. And then yeah, I'd been dollar cost averaging Cardano for a while, but hey yo, that clip is just so funny. The what is it, Coney Island Ski Club? The guy's just scooting along with one ski on, and yeah, he's so funny. And then at some point, that guy trades an entire gigantic bottle of Hennessy for 2 puppies. It's like, when did that happen? Who? It's like, I don't know. Yeah, I mean, it got real volatile in the last month or so, and I use Celsius for my Bitcoin because it has a really high APY. I think it's like 5% or something, and then Coinbase for everything else. But I don't know. There's something about it that weirds me out a little bit. The Byron guy was living shelter to shelter and the internet wasn't having it, so they made him a GoFundMe. Aw, that's wholesome. He seemed like a nice guy with a ski. I didn't know that. Thanks for sharing that. That makes me feel good because I think he's hilarious and he's brought me a lot of joy in my life. But crypto, I don't know. It's just kind of a wild west at the moment. Have you guys seen that video called "The Line Goes Up"? It's a almost 2.5 hour long, like video essay about NFTs, and blue people haven't got them rich. Nice, nice. Oh, really? That's interesting. But yeah, no, that video it's about, you know, kind of the consequences or intentions or ramifications of NFTs and kind of Web3 and commodifying everything, and it's very interesting. It's by I suddenly am Folding Ideas, I believe is the YouTube channel, but it's just called "The Line Goes Up." And if you like me have this weird feeling in your stomach about NFTs where you're like, I don't like them, but I don't know why, maybe watch that video because it'll kind of help clarify exactly what they are. Yeah, Web3 is where like everything is now a transaction, and I don't like it. I don't know. It's a weird thing. Which, do you pay taxes on crypto if you don't convert to fiat? That's one thing I'm not sure about. Because, like, does the government even recognize it? I don't know. Yeah, me neither. I guess I can check Coinbase and see if they have any tax documents for me, but I haven't cashed out either. I mined for a while, and that's how I got like 5% of a Bitcoin, and then I haven't mined it in 6 months now because it makes my office very, very warm, and it I don't know. It didn't feel like it was worth it to me. Basically, once I paid for the hardware I was mining with, I stopped. That was kind of it for me. Because I want the hardware for video editing and playing games, and I don't want it to die young. Not that it necessarily will, but the card that I have just runs so hot that it was very concerning to me, so I opted to stop. Right? Took forever, same with PayPal. No, my only trade was buy 25, get 25. Yeah, PayPal sent me a doc too. Yeah, and and Twitch should probably send me one too. Because yeah, it's like I've had small amounts of money change hands over a large number of different platforms, which is a little bit confusing. So, yeah, got a couple payouts from Twitch, and then got PayPal transactions from selling keyboards on Reddit and my services on Twitch, and then Venmo stuff from like my wife selling paintings, and then I don't know. It's just like I don't know what to do with all of this. It's just a big confusing nightmare. The nice thing is I'm pretty sure you don't pay taxes on the money that you make when you sell primary residence if you use that money to buy another primary residence. I'm like almost positive. Because I also owned it for over 2 years, so I don't have to pay capital gains. So I owned it for 3 and then sold it. So I'm pretty sure that's all fine. I don't know. I guess I'll report back after my taxes get turned in and I find out what exactly happened. I think I'm most nervous about just being able to collect every document that my accountant would need. And I think I wouldn't claim that stuff because it's under... I haven't made that much money. It's mostly that if I claim some at all, then I can write off plenty of stuff. Like, I met with someone, an accountant, who told me, like, yeah, if you stream, like, you can write off a portion of your internet bill because you used it for your business. And you can write off a portion of your home insurance because part of your home is your place of business, and you can write off any equipment that you bought that's related to keyboards and yada yada yada. As long as you have record of all of this, if you get audited, then you can prove that yes, these were related to my incredibly unprofitable business, that spent more than it took in, then you're good. So I mean, that's part of it too, is just being able to write off a lot of stuff. Who knows? It starts to get to the point of, though, like, how much work is this worth? And I think the way write-offs work is that you just say a number, like, here's how much I spent on expenses, and then you only have to pull receipts if they're like, no, I don't believe you. And then you have to prove that, yes, that's how much money you spent. So I'm pretty sure you just be like, yeah, here's how much my expenses were. Here's how much my income was. And then I also think there was something about how if you operate in the negative for long enough as a small business, you can't keep writing stuff off after a while, because apparently people who own horses would do that. They would like register as a taxable entity, and then they would, because horses are an expensive animal to own, they just write off everything horse related for years and then never turn a profit. And then the government was like, okay, you can't do that. So, I don't know. Worth noting, though, because I think I had a bad conception of what a write-off was. Really, it's just that, how do I put this? Whatever expenses you had, maybe I don't fully understand them still. I did for a while, and then I forgot. But it's not like the thing is free. It's like a percentage of that item goes towards how much you would have paid in taxes or something. I don't really know. Yeah, that's not for me to figure out. Yes, say this now. PBT trays are better than GMK. Preach, brother. GMK trays suck, and I hate them. They get little crumbs everywhere. They don't hold the keycaps very well. It's funny because it's like... I found it kind of ironic that GMK is like, we are switching to recyclable trays to save the environment. And it's like, well, I wasn't throwing away GMK trays before, but now I am because they're awful. You know, it's like, I don't really feel like them being recyclable was an issue because most people wouldn't throw them out. They would keep the keycaps in the trays. And now they're terrible. So everyone wants to just get rid of them. So, yeah, I don't know. It seems dumb. Yeah, that's what the rainbow caps had. Or no, I don't think so. But the polycaps have, I think. Kinetic Labs polycaps have individual slots for every key, which is very convenient. Keeps them from bouncing around. Nice. Or you can live fast and loose like me and just put them in plastic deli containers because GMK ones suck. Yeah, the seal caps look so nice. They're like a Dolce, but in PBT. And just like super kind of minimal and clean, and I like them. Once I get my, I have Modern Dolce 2. Once I get that on a board and kind of evaluate how I feel about it, if it hasn't scratched the Dolce itch, I'll probably pick up some seal caps. But I have too many caps as is, and so I'm like, I don't really need more. You know what I mean? I have some seal switches from them that I haven't tried yet. I think I have the Huskies and the Seals, and I've tried the Salmons. Oh, is it the SYS key? Like the SYS that they use? Or like Meta? I can't remember what the other ones are that they do. Oh, Code. Yeah, Code. I bet it is. I bet putting the Windows logo on a keycap is like... Technically, people were doing it for a long time without getting permission, but now the hobby is successful enough that like people are trying to steer clear, you know? I bet that's what it is. I would rather it be SYS than Code though, because that at least makes sense, because if someone's using it on like a Mac, right, it's like, oh, it's just whatever the system thing is, or like Linux, but I don't know. All right. Or even like some abstract symbol would make more sense, because like if I can look down and I can see Control and Alt, and then there's some keycap with a symbol I don't recognize, that's most likely going to be your Windows key. But Code is like, wait, does that do something? I'm assuming that's a legacy symbol from days gone by, you know? But I don't know. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's like a Unix thing or something. It's a Unix system. I know this. Swapping out cat PBT for laser. Okay. Laser on a silver board. Interesting. I bet they'd look pretty good. Laser's just kind of like its whole deal is that it's kind of a loud set, so it probably doesn't matter too much what it's on. Well, I take that back. If you put it on like a a forest green frog or something, I bet it would look pretty bad. But what do I know? But I'm thinking black, white, silver. Maybe not gold or brass or beige. But any of the big neutral colors that get mostly produced. Oh, I forgot to get that stupid alligator that I keep saying I'm going to buy. Maybe I'll do that tomorrow night. I think I have a free evening tomorrow, so I can run to Target and buy a Russian roulette child's game. And do that as a point redeem. Also, one of my friends said that I should do a channel point redeem where I take a laxative and have it be like very expensive. And I think that's hilarious. I'm trying to decide if I actually want to do that. Because, like, obviously there's post-stream consequences if I do that. But if I make it, like, 100,000 points, then not just anyone will do that to me. And most likely... Or maybe I'd make it more fun and I'd just eat a bunch of those sugar-free gummy bears. So at least I get something out of it. I'm not just taking a lactate and then not having a great night. I don't know. We'll see. I think also, it does sound horrible. At least you'll be flushed. I do think that like a hot sauce channel point redeem might be fun. Because I have some Carolina Reaper hot sauce. Yeah, exactly. Spicy food. The Carolina Reaper hot sauce is insane. Like, your tongue almost goes numb. It's so hot. It's called Reaper Squeezins, and it's literally just pureed Carolina Reaper and vinegar in a bottle. There's like nothing else in there. It's so brutal. Also, what's up, Vile Deacon? How are you? Good to see you. Thanks for stopping by the stream. All right, one more row for the first batch. Doing well, thank you. Kind of battening down the hatches for some snow this week. Probably going to have around almost a foot when it's all said and done, I think, by this time next week. So, did I say Lactaid? Yeah, I think that's a common laxative brand, right? I don't remember. Definitely not committing to have that be a channel point redeem yet, but I don't know. Funny idea though. That's an anti-lact. Oh, you're right. That's why I have it in my house. That's funny. What am I thinking then? It's like a X-Lax, the chocolate thing that's a laxative. That's funny. Yes, good catch. That would be a huge ripoff if someone spent like 100,000 channel points to make me take a laxative, and then I just took a whole bunch of lactate, and I'm just chilling. Like, man, I must have a stomach of steel here. I haven't had to use it yet. And I think that's partially just because I am like mildly lactose intolerant, but I also just don't drink milk or eat really lactose heavy foods. So, my wife is very lactose intolerant. She like gets a skin rash from it, which is not a normal symptom, but because of that, we pretty much exclusively have almond milk. So, anytime I'm having milk with something, it has no lactose in it anyways, but yeah, it seems pretty common. I mean, what is the conventional wisdom is that technically humans are supposed to stop drinking milk after infancy, so we're supposed to become lactose intolerant, but the reason some people aren't is because you can maintain the ability to digest it by consuming it for your whole life. I don't know. All I know is I kind of stopped drinking milk in college because I'm not a huge cereal guy and I just never did. And then after that, somewhere along the line, I kind of lost the ability to fully digest it, and it does definitely affect me, but not in like a skin rash kind of way, which is nice. I think, what did I calculate? I calculate this every time, that there's 63 switches in this switch tray. So technically, I'm not going to do this, but technically I could stop now once this row's done. But I always lube all the switches just in case, because there's no good way to tell which are which. And so if you had to replace a switch for some reason, I would hate for it to be like, is this lubed or is this not? I would hope you'd be able to tell by, clicking it, but, sometimes that's hard to do, especially when it's not in a keyboard with a keycap on it. So I always lube them all anyways. Nice to have spares. Or this is a hotspot board, so if they go into another keyboard that needs more switches than 60, then, really nice to be able to not have to lube up the rest at that point. So already got them all open. Already in the thick of it. I think I'm actually gonna. So normally I don't upload my VODs to YouTube unless there's an actual keyboard involved. So like if I'm just doing a looping stream, I won't upload that. Which I might start uploading everything just so that it's a true VOD archive. I don't really know, but I think this will be the first one I upload, or maybe second, where I'm lubing and then building the board. I know like XXW does that all the time, but her streams are like 6 hours long and mine usually aren't. I'll break it up into two and do like lube on Monday, build on Saturday, or vice versa. But with a hot swap board like this, I think it's very easy to be like do them both in one. Because I'm only 2 hours in right now. Whoop. Go. Sometimes the legs of this stem will catch on the leaf when you're installing it, and you have to be very careful because if you force it, you can ruin the switch. Don't ask me how I know. Go. I do like the color combo. The peach with the not quite brilliant white on a Holy Panda. It's honestly kind of nice. All right. Last batch of this. Last row of this batch, I suppose. Peaches and cream vibe, exactly. I'm excited for GMK Peaches and Cream to finally come in. I don't know when that'll be, but also Orange Boy is going into group buy soon, which is another very similar one, but it's more cat oriented. It's just themed around orange cats, which is cute. But I already have Peaches and Cream on order, so I'm like, eh. Dude, actually, Peaches and Cream would look so nice on that beige HHKB style board that I showed off at the beginning of stream. It'd be a really tasty combo, huh? I'll probably have to put that on there when I finally get it in. I don't even know what switches I'm going to put in that board yet. I have strawberry milk switches. That might be nice. Some linears. And they came from Dang Keebs in the cutest packaging. Little strawberry milk bottle with the strawberry milk switches. Come on. Are you kidding me? It's even got like the rubber gasket, so if you wanted to use this to actually store something that needed to be sealed, you could. It's so cute. That's honestly half the reason I ordered it. And now they started shipping, I don't think they do. Patness, hello. They started shipping the Halo switches in an ice cream container. I think that's a new thing. How are you? Good to see you. I'm sorry I didn't end up going live when I said I did. No, this is the first time I've been live since I saw you in Elvin stream that one time. But yeah, I'm happy that you're here. Quick little shout out there. Go follow Patness. How have you been? I received my Christmas card, my New Year's card. Let's see. I'm not gonna. I'll just show the front. It's adorable. And I love it. Thank you. I very much appreciate it. My address is on the back, so I don't want to show that on stream, but yeah. Patness sent out New Year's cards to people, which is very, very sweet. How's your day going so far? Okay. Oh yeah, that's what I'm doing. Putting more of these on. Whoop. Work's been crazy. Can't really stay in Twitch much. Yeah, I feel like this has been happening to a lot of people. You know, just like everything starts ramping back up in life, and then you know, people get busy. I think I haven't seen Appa in a while because I think she's actually got a second job right now. But yeah, I don't know. It is what it is. People live lives outside of this. I've been the same way, honestly. Like, I've been have a lot going on. I've been sick for a while too, and I just was like not in people's chats that much. So I don't know. Starting to get back into it a little bit more the past few days, and yeah, it's been good. Hope work is going well for you though. You're enjoying what you do. Or at least able to bear it, I suppose, right? The more people I talk to, the more I realize how lucky I am that I really like what I do. Like, I find it mentally stimulating. It's not like I'm always like, it's not the one thing that I want to be doing. It's almost never the thing that I want to be doing the most at any given moment. But I find it mentally stimulating, and that's enough for me to, like, you know, like, I'll get to the end of like a 2-week vacation and be like, yeah, I kind of want to go back to work, you know? So I'm very lucky that way. You become a video editor. Let's go. I love video editing. I actually wanted to do that professionally for a while, and then I decided not to because, I don't know. For me, it was more about creativity and not wanting to have to do stuff for other people that I didn't want to do, because I like editing what I want to make and expressing myself that way. And I found it difficult to be able to express someone else's feelings through editing than my own. I don't know. Maybe that's a dumb way of putting it, but that's kind of how I feel about it. So I still love editing, and I still do it when I can, but yeah. And I still do like gig work where people will hire me to come make a little ad or something for them, and I'll do some filming and editing for that, but not a ton. More roles, same salary. Oof. All right. Well, if you find it fun, maybe, that's at least something, being able to find something that you enjoy about your job is like, I think, so important. At least being able to get to a point in your life where that's the case is very valuable to me. I mean, people find value in life in different ways from each other, but to me, it was fun. I was talking to a friend of mine who his whole philosophy is, I'm going to do what I can until until I have enough money to have freedom and not do things I don't want to do. But for me, I'm like, I just want to find something to do that can, make me enough money to pay the bills and I don't hate it, and then just do that for a long time, But, Filet, what's up? Have you ever made anime music videos? No, I actually have never watched anime. So I have not done that, but I have made music videos. I've made live action music videos. When I was a kid, and by that I mean like sophomore through senior year of high school, I would record parodies of whatever songs were popular at the time and then make music videos for them. So I did go through a phase of that, but it's insane that was over 10 years ago that I was doing that. Anyways, those are hopefully going to stay buried on the internet for a long time because those were not great music videos, but I had so much fun doing them. In fact, that was one of the first times I actually got to spend any time at all with my wife. At the time, she was like a freshman in high school and I was like a junior, and I knew she was like the most artistic person that I knew, and so I had her help me make zombie music videos, or zombie makeup for a music video we were doing. So, yeah, anyways, that was one of the first times I ever hung out with her, which is kind of fun. We have known each other for a very long time. I actually feel like the first time I actually met her was probably like, I don't know, 4th grade or something, but never really talked to her or hung out with her much until the zombie music video. And yet she left me. Yes, and yet... No, I don't want to make her feel bad. And yet she is absent this Valentine's Day. It's okay. Guys, I don't think she's here, by the way. No, you're worth king. All right. No, she's not here. Okay. So I talked about this last stream. I'm going to send her something, right? Obviously, it's Valentine's Day. I'm not going to do nothing for Valentine's Day, even though she doesn't live here, for this month. And so I sent her an elephant-shaped vase with a succulent in it, because she was telling me on the phone that she brought all of her succulents back home over Christmas and then left them here because they do a little bit better here than in Washington, in her apartment. And so I was like, hey, I'll just send her a succulent for her to have so that she doesn't miss the ones here as much. And the pot is adorable and she loves elephants. So that's that's the wisdom, because then too, it's like roses are awesome and women love them. So like, don't discount them, but succulents can last for years and years. And, so I don't know. It seemed like a cool idea. And so I got them from, I can't remember the name of the company, but they had like this thing at checkout where they were like, oh yeah, for $5 we can throw in some champagne flavored gummy bears. And I was like, that sounds amazing. So I did that too. So she should get those tomorrow. The earliest, I ordered them last week and I think I was a little bit too late, and the earliest they could deliver was tomorrow. So I told her that it'll be a little bit late, but something is coming. Double candy day. Oh, true. Everything's on sale tomorrow. Oh boy. What's the next holiday, right? Because obviously the common complaint is that retail switches to, like, it wasn't even, like, Halloween wasn't even over before they had, like, Christmas stuff out. And what's the next holiday? Is Easter going to be the next one? Yeah. So, like, tomorrow will be discount candy, and then next day will be Easter candy. That means I can get my wait, what's Lupercalia? I've never even heard of that. That means that I can get my favorite one of my favorite candies, which is those Starburst jelly beans tomorrow. I love those. Don't celebrate Easter? Well, it is it's always fun to celebrate in Montana because they associate Easter with things like, Easter egg hunts and stuff and going outside, but almost without fail every year here it has snowed on Easter. So you can't be hunting for eggs in the snow. Also, historically for me, we usually do a big concert at my church for Easter. So I usually have about 2 hours of rehearsal, and then, I have like an hour of rehearsal that morning, and then I play for the service that morning. So that's about 2 hours. And then I have another rehearsal for about 2 hours that afternoon, and then the concert itself, which is about an hour. So it's like 5 or 6 hours of playing drums on Easter Sunday. So usually my hands are just like raw and my ears are tired, and then I just go home and nap. So I don't know. It's fun though. Easter is all about having eggs in these trying times. What a reference. That's a good one. I love that. Just hand one back over the seat of the limo. Not about to rob your son out of a childhood. Yeah, I mean, like, I don't know. It's like, I don't know. It's fun. We never really did like Easter egg hunts as a kid. I honestly, partly because of where we live, that like you really can't indoor, or like they're not as much fun indoors, I don't think. I feel like the whole point is to run around outside and like find them in the yard or whatever. But yeah. Sounds good. Oh, laser time. Hey, hit me up on my send me a Discord DM or post it on my Discord channel if you want when you get the caps on that board, because I want to see what it'll look like. I can visualize it in my head, but I don't know if that's what it'll actually look like. Oh, the peeps. Peeps are so much fun. Do you guys ever microwave a peep? It's very interesting. They get huge. I love microwaving peeps. But the older I get, the more I'm able to like only eat one peep at a time, and then I'm like, I'm done for this year. It's just a mouthful of sugar. But yeah, and you would think they'd be different flavors, right? Because they sell like pink peeps and yellow peeps, but they're always just sugar flavored. I mean, it's a marshmallow covered in sugar, but they're more fun now to microwave than to eat, in my opinion. Just watch them get like enormous. Oh, that's a big brain move. Put them in cocoa? That's brilliant. That actually reminds me. Hold on. Let me see if I can dig this GIF up, because if I can, this would be the deepest reference. Where is it? Sounds like you're talking about microwaving people. I microwave all my peeps. Where is it? Oh, guys, I found it. Okay. All right. Check this out. I found this recipe for a hot cocoa blooming marshmallow. So you make these marshmallow flowers and you put them in these little like chocolate cups. And then when you float them in the hot chocolate, once the chocolate melts, the flour is able to like, open up on top of it and look like this. How neat is that? I thought that was pretty cool. It seems like a ton of work to make homemade marshmallows though, right? Like I've never done that before, but like that seems so atypical. I don't really know. Wow. Whoop. We don't need that. Anyways, I think that'd be fun though. So I may try to make some every year so Valentine's Day, actually, now that I'm remembering, is the way that I discovered I'm allergic to lobster. Because typically on Valentine's Day, I will like take half the day off work and then make some elaborate 5-course meal. Because I love cooking. It's like super fun for me. And so like being able to do that for half a day, it's an awesome opportunity for that. But like several years in a row, I made lobster and lava cakes, among other things, because those are like some of my wife's favorite foods. And then just had the worst gastrointestinal issues after that. And just was like, well, I probably just had too much butter or too much sugar or whatever. So one year I actually came up with a way of making lobster without butter that still made them taste really good. And it just ruined me. And so that's how I discovered that shellfish in general, I'm allergic to. But every once in a while, whenever I'm like, you know what? It's a 3-day weekend, I have Monday off. I'll just eat a lobster Friday night and then suffer the consequences for a few days just because it's so good and I love making it. But I don't know. It kind of sucks being allergic to it slightly. I don't know. Whatever. Same with like shrimp and crab. I get the same thing. So I don't know. Although I can eat it in small quantities. Like I can have crab rangoons without consequence typically, but if it's like an entire lobster tail, or like crab with the claw meat and all that and all the good parts that you actually want, that's curtains for me. Wait, does it really? Is that a joke? Because I'll try anything at this point. My wife's not home, so I guess I can experiment with different methods of. If anyone has any like undocumented methods for helping out your stomach after eating a lobster, I'll try anything because at least my wife doesn't have to be around during this. But we had I think for Christmas this year with my in-laws, we had a crab boil. Or no, it was Thanksgiving where we had like squid and crab and swordfish, which is awesome. It's almost like a steak, and a bunch of other stuff. And it was super delicious and really enjoyed it. So it was also interesting eating squid without it being fried because like calamari is great, but like I think Jim Gaffigan has a joke where he's like, everyone would love calamari. He's like, you could deep fry a rubber hose and people would eat it. And that's very true. It's like, okay, yeah, calamari's good, but dude, it's so true though. Like if she doesn't have to be around for me being in agony, I'm much more motivated to try to come up with a way to enjoy foods that I love. But yeah, I don't know. Squid is very interesting without it being fried. We had pickled squid too, which was equally interesting. But yeah, it was fun. I don't know that I would necessarily buy a jar of pickled squid if I'm just out casually getting groceries, but I'll try anything once, except maybe like heroin. Maybe. I'll probably try to avoid that one. But if it's food, we usually make that into Thai spicy salad. Oh, interesting. Okay. Well, I guess I could be a little stronger than maybe on that one. I was about to make a joke like, because I wouldn't do heroin once, I would do it a lot of times, but no. I would not do heroin. Actually, there's a pretty mortifying Reddit account of a guy who he basically posted on Reddit like, hey, I'm going to try heroin and I'm only going to do it once. I just want to know what it's like. And then he went through like a 7-year like addiction and relapse phase that was really hard to read about. Like he was just like, this is so awful. Like you just can't, you build up a tolerance to it. So you need more and more of it to even feel anything. And then it gets to the point where it's very dangerous, cause you're more and more likely to overdose. But your favorite squid dish is salted egg curry. I've never had this. Interesting. Why do heroin? You could just do cocaine. Yes, the old booger sugar. How much could I talk about this without getting banned on Twitch? Seems like they're just like kind of indiscriminately banning people these days. I don't know. Yeah. Okay, so salted egg curry with squid. That's fascinating. See, this is what I like about traveling is trying this kind of stuff. In fact, when I was in Singapore, we went to like a food market and they had it was like a international themed one, so there was a stall for every country that they had represented. So I would just go to one, like I went to the Vietnamese one and I was just like they asked what I wanted and I was like, well, I can't read this menu, so what's your favorite dish? And I just have them make me whatever their favorite dish was. And it was super fun. I mean, it was like I wouldn't sometimes even know what kind of meat I was eating or something, but it was like fascinating to try all these different types of flavors. And sometimes they'd be cheeky and they'd try to give you something really, really spicy, and then they'd like giggle from behind the counter while you're just sweating over there. But it was still fun. And I would love to come to Thailand. That'd be super fun to come try some. I have friends who have been to Thailand and really liked it. So yeah, I'd love to someday. My wife and I love traveling, so we're planning to go to Japan as soon as she graduates from PA school. And yeah, we tend to go, like anytime there's like a big life event, we'll accentuate it by traveling somewhere. So let's see, where all have I been? She's been to Africa. I've been to Singapore and Nicaragua and Singapore. Did I say Singapore? Singapore, Nicaragua. Obviously Canada. I live very close to there. Israel. Trying to think where else I've been. Haven't been to Mexico yet, which is interesting because it's pretty close to the U.S. Still like to go at some point. But great country to visit, but not to live in. Interesting. I know a family friend, they have a sapphire mine in Thailand. He's a jeweler who makes rings, and actually there's a big sapphire mine in Montana, and so I had my wife's engagement ring made with a Montana sapphire because I thought that would be nice and commemorative of the state that we live in. But a lot of the sapphires they have that are like, because the one in her ring is kind of a gray color, which is unique to the Montana mine, but it's also because it's kind of got impurities in it. And a lot of the like really brilliant colored ones are from Thailand, which is cool. So they actually own the mine there. Okay, I think 2 more switches down and we will be ready to actually build the board, which is exciting. Or actually, that's not true. We gotta prep some stabilizers, don't we? But yeah, definitely have Thailand on my bucket list of countries I'd like to visit. Okay. Cool. All right. I use a product at work called Sentry. It's basically a plugin that you install in software that you write so that anytime the software you wrote encounters an error, it will send you an email. But I'm in a free tier that has a certain quota of errors that it can send before it cuts you off because you're not paying for bandwidth. And so every month I hit the quota within the first couple days because there's an app out in the field that that isn't in use anymore, but it's slowly getting more and more outdated. And every time it gets more outdated, it starts encountering more errors. And so usually now, I think within 2 days of the month turning over, which I think the 14th is the day that I don't know, whatever, the month starts over in their calendar. It's usually, I was just getting an email. You've hit 80% of your quota, and it just started reporting this morning. So that's neat. Thailand is a great location with all the resources because of the geography, but the way the country has been ruled makes it not a good place to live in. Okay, so it's like a government-related thing that makes it not amazing to live in. Interesting. Okay. I need my... Where is it? Oh, there it is. Stabilizer box, because we're going to get... And let me make sure that they match. Well, that's unfortunate. I mean, yeah, it's a bummer that... I don't know. That it's like... The country itself, I'm sure, is beautiful and like really cool place to live from like a geographic standpoint. So this is definitely a 7U, right? Yeah, it is. Cool. So we'll grab a gold 7U wire and then two 2U wires. Yeah, it's true. That's that is a bummer. And it seems like stuff moves so slowly with government too that it's like, I don't know. At least for me, it can feel that way sometimes where it's like, man, okay. It's going to take so long for anything to ever happen that, which is the point, right? Like if I guess in the US, it was kind of set up that way where it's hard to make very rapid changes because you kind of want checks and balances so that, you know, one party can't gain control and then completely turn over the whole thing. But like GMK laser and glorious link switches. Oh, those are like the teal and white linears, right? Nice. All right. So I haven't actually tried those. Are they nice? I saw an email about them and then I didn't end up buying any. Oh, here we go. Let's check this out. We got something hot off the press. You love them. Okay. Nice. Look at that. They do look nice. It almost is a perfect match between the teal of the legends and the link switches. Nice. Right on. I like keyboard show and tell. I think it's fun. Not done yet. Word. Okay. Let us... Oh, yeah, that's what I was doing. Oh boy. We need to balance this boy a little bit. I think it's actually the wire that's bent. So let's do that first and see how we're looking. Oh, that's actually really nice. Let's go. Okay, and then how are these? Perfect. Great. All right, so we're going to use BDZ on this guy. We'll start with Kratox in the interior housings. Patness, what's your favorite keyboard that you've ever built? Didn't you build a jelly epoch the other day? I'm trying to remember. I've never built one of those. Jelly 60. Ah, yeah. Oh, I love that keyboard. Yes, that's a great board. I think I'm selling mine though because I didn't end up getting the HHKB version, and I wish I had. It's the normal 60%, but I put lavenders in one, and it was really fun. Was it Appa who had an epoch? Appa's always producing these high-end boards, and like, wow, that's crazy. She had like a Matrix one the other day. It was a client's, nice. That's the fun thing about having clients, isn't it? Like, I've worked on some boards that are like super fancy, and I wouldn't buy for myself because I'm cheap. But it's really cool to have that opportunity, you know, to have something pass through your hands that like, it even helps with like being able to easily figure out what you personally like and don't like, because you don't have to buy it in order to try it, right? Like, you're setting it up for someone else, and then you it helps to formulate your own opinion without having to invest money in it, which is, it's such a, like, I feel like it's an intimidating part of this hobby, because I remember being there where I'm like, I know nothing about any of these. I don't even know what kind of switch I like best, let alone like what brand and make and all that. You know, like, I don't even know if I like clickies or tactiles or linears or whatever. Hate mistaken building other boards, stress me out. Oh, yeah, that's true. I feel that. I'm at this point I've done it enough that I'm a little bit more relaxed, but totally. I still definitely am like, I don't know about that. So I think we're going to use BDZ everywhere I usually would use Cryotox grade 2. So we'll see how that works, I suppose. So I think I'll put it on the stab wire instead of the stem. So we'll see. And if it doesn't sound good, I'm taking this apart and I'm swapping them out. Just ordered the L80 Cosmic Traveler. Nice. Domiki Knight. Domiki is awesome. I love Domiki stuff. Sounds good, Pandas. I appreciate you stopping by. It's always fun to have you here, and I hope that you have a good day at work. All right? Thanks for being here. Guys, and if you're in chat right now and you don't follow Patness, what are you doing? Go give Patness his Twitch a follow. It's worth it, trust me. Gunpla vibe? Yeah, that'd be cool. That'd be awesome. I've seen some Iqnix, I don't exactly know how to pronounce it, boards on Amazon actually that I thought were really interesting, and I just haven't taken the time to check one out. So All right. I think this is all we need with 205 today. Out of the box, but opening the bottom to mod it was a challenge. Interesting. Okay. Is it kind of like a press fit rather than like using screws to hold it together or something? Okay, so let's grab a brush. Actually, maybe I'll use the same brush because I think... No, let's not. I don't want to mix the two. And put a little bit in there. It is very thick. This is interesting. You guys remember marshmallow paste? Just like a jar of marshmallow paste. It's kind of reminding me of that right now. That's my initial impression of this stuff. I have watched other streamers use this, so I think I have a vague idea of how much is appropriate, but that feels pretty good. Reminds me of, oh, whiteout. Yes. My mom still uses whiteout. Good times. The smell of whiteout will forever live with me. And it's also the one thing that my mom can use to keep the cats off of the counter. Is if there's an open bottle of whiteout, they won't go anywhere near it. You know what I mean? My mom's a teacher, so she's always got some around. And then, you know, the cats will come up on the dining room table where she's grading papers, and they'll want to sit down on the papers like a cat will. And then yeah, just open up the bottle of whiteout, and then they're gone. Or what also works is using decoy papers. So you put out some papers, and then the cats will be like, "Oh, okay. You must want this," and then I will sit on it, and then they'll sit on it, and it's like, I've seen people use decoy keyboards when their cats will sit on their keyboards. I think it's funny. I got plenty of decoys. Oh, I don't know if I've said this on stream before, but I think I'm going to be getting a cat. Kind of supposed to be a surprise, but my wife wanted to tell me just in case I was like not 100% on board with it, which, like, come on, of course I'm 100% on board with a cat. But yeah, a ragamuffin cat. Apparently a specific breed. So I'm very excited about that. I think in August is when the breeder said to be ready. What am I going to name the cat? Should I let my chat help me name the cat? Should I put out a poll on Twitter? Seems like a bad idea. I have no idea, though. I haven't picked a name yet. Just name the cat Brea. Not a bad idea. The most difficult part of that is convincing my wife that it's a good idea, though. Because I wanted to get a custom license plate for our car that was just Brea. Because I thought that'd be funny, and she didn't think it was funny. But that was that, and I was like, I agree because it's your car, but if it's my car, I'm getting a Brea plate. And she obviously is fine with that because it's my car. I can do what I want. But eventually I will get a Brea license plate. Like Brad? Like Brad? Okay. Maybe we'll pull a sneaky on her and she won't even know that we named the cat Brea. That's the 5-head move. Brandon. I think you're onto something. That's probably the secret to a successful marriage is like tricking your wife so that you can get what you want, right? Come up with a sneaky way of sneaking Brea into the cat's name. Perfect. I'll report back how successful I am. Yeah, this stuff it's thick. It's like I'm putting oatmeal on these stabilizers. Guess that makes sense because the dielectric grease that historically people would use and the Krytox that I would put in were both very thick. I was just not painting them on like this. I was injecting them with a syringe. But either way, we got our stabs done. So we'll find out what that's like. So let's get this bad boy built, huh? I'm excited. Historically. Yes, historically. All right, let's get this out of here. I'm done with this and this. Blay, how you been, my guy? How's life treating you? Terrible? Oh no, what's going on? To unwrap a BMW i8 that used to belong to Jeffree Star? No way. That's the most random thing I've ever heard. What the heck? Whoa. Guys, Creative Cloud wants you to know that I have 7 app updates available. Thank you, Creative Cloud. West Coast sucks, so they put primer on all the edges. Oh no. To kind of try to hide the badness of it. That sucks. I'm sorry. How long did that take? Were you rewrapping it after this, or did it have to come back with like a pristine paint job? Three weeks, jeez Louise. Are these north or south facing? I'm assuming they're north facing. Yes. Okay. Gonna stick 3 switches in for alignment. Surprised he actually owned it. Rented a bunch of stuff and pretended he bought it. Interesting. Yeah, I've heard a lot of less than positive things about this guy. I have so little knowledge about the whole YouTube makeup scene, but I haven't heard a lot of positive things about him. Still have to ceramic coat the car afterwards. Dang. Okay. I'm assuming you guys are charging him by the hour, right? Just for like the amount of work. He's not like paying a flat rate for you guys to do an obscene amount of work for him. I would hope. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. What am I doing, guys? What is wrong with me? I did not put the stabilizers on. Hello? My first time building a keyboard, apparently. He just paid you $500 and you've put in 3 weeks of work? That is criminal. All right. So, okay, at least you get paid hourly. I mean, I guess if your company decided that they wanted to go for a fixed rate, then I guess they're the ones paying for it, right? If they if it costs them more to pay you than they're making off of it, that's kind of their fault. You're not charging enough. Oh, gotcha. Okay. Pretty specialized skill set. Interesting. Working with cars is such an interesting profession in general. My brother-in-law used to work at a dealership as a mechanic, and it was fascinating, like, the amount of wild things that come through your door when you do that. And, I don't know, kind of just the culture of all of it's very interesting. Alright. I do love Duroc stabilizers. They're just a good, like, workhorse product, you know? They're not flashy. They get the job done. They work on basically every board. And they're not too expensive. Certainly not as expensive as, like, C3. I still really want to get my hands on, like, Stabies or TX Stabs or any of these new up-and-comers in the market. But they just sell out so fast that I don't know. It's not worth it enough to me, I guess, to, like, sit there and, like, wait for a drop to try to snag them, you know? But I'm happy that there's market innovation, because I feel like stabilizers haven't changed in a while. A Bugatti Chiron? No way. Don't have any precuts for it, so to freehand it. Dude, Patness is talking about how stressful it can be to like work on a client's keyboard. Imagine working on a client's Bugatti Chiron and freehanding it. That's insane. Whoa, sorry, hit the mic. Not to invalidate that it can be stressful working on a keyboard, but sheesh. Okay, now we can install these. We also have a Shelby Cobra. Oh my gosh. Are you allowed to take pictures of these? Because I would love to see that. Oh yeah? Okay. You should post them on the Discord. If you've got any, I'd love to see them. Right, how many standoffs are there on this thing? I feel like there should be one more, but I don't see one more. Possible there's just a spare screw. I think we'll go with that for now. Because it is at least... Oh, cool. Okay. Let's check this out. Oops. Board. Graham. Okay. Come along, class. We're going on a field trip with Miss Frizzle. This is Arrowworks. Ah, I see. It was kind of more work than it's worth. Whoa. Dang, okay. That's, man, you got some crazy stuff coming through here. Big old van. Cool. That was awesome. Follow. All right. I'm not a huge car guy, but I can appreciate a nice wrap or a, I don't know. Just the vehicles themselves are fascinating. Historically, I've been the guy who sees a car like that, though, and goes, my drums could never fit in there. But at this point, I'm like, yeah, it'd be cool to have as like a... probably see me in their IG story. Let's go. Get a daily dose of filet. All right, I want to try out one of these stabilized keys to see how I feel about the BDZ. Actually, that's pretty nice. I dig that. Oh, I think we need a smaller enter here potentially. Nope, we're good. PCB looks cool. I agree. I like the kind of caution stripe deal that they got going on. The font choice is nice too. It says, in fact, I could show you. Right. Yeah, it's funny how it's like there's a lot of details that get put into things sometimes and you'll just never see them, but like I think this is a really nice looking PCB actually. So, yeah. I'm pretty sure that this is a 7U. Yeah. In fact, I'm positive because I put the 7U wire in, you know. Oop, that's sideways. Like Elvin's Club. We're going 7U. That's actually the worst part. Oh, I remember too. I bought a set of PBT, like the heavy industry from Rama Works. I bought it used, so there was no like warranty or anything. And the spacebar was so warped that like it wouldn't even sit on the stabilizer. You could push both sides and it would like detach from one and attach to the other side. And so that one I've never fixed. But I don't know, man. If there's ever a GMK heavy industry, I'd be all over it. Oh, okay. These two switches are south facing. All the rest are north facing. Due to the USB connector. Okay. Yeah, I guess that makes sense because the Kale hot swap sockets are very large. Also, this plate has cutouts for wanted to try Rama. Yeah, so I bought the PBT Notion keycap set off of Mech Market, and he was actually selling it for less than the market price because I don't know that people really. It had already gone through 3 rounds of group buys, and so I think pretty much everyone who had it, who wanted it, had it by that point. But I did order the Kate keycaps, which I am still waiting for, but I'm excited about those. And I have 2 more Karas on the way as well to check out. And then I'm trying to decide if I want to like, by the time I get them, I'll probably be at my like 1 year-ish. So I might do a giveaway for a Kate. I'm not sure. Or a Kara, the whole keyboard. We'll see. When I move, I plan on getting another keyboard, and I'm planning on getting the same Holy Panda Fiel. But oh, cool, dude! I'd love to build it. That'd be awesome. Shin, are you? I'm only in one group buy right now for 2020. Yes, Villanelle is great. I saw that one. I did not enter that one, but yeah, I have a lot of group buys that I'm waiting on, but I haven't entered one this year. It's just that I have ones that I entered last year that have already been pushed out to 2023. So I don't know. It is what it is. Right? That video sound test, it sounds like a spray paint can being shaken. It's funny how many times I've actually been sent that by clients who have said, "Hey, can you make my board sound like this?" And the answer is usually like, "Not really." I mean, sound tests are pretty subjective because it depends on like your mic placement and what your mic is and you know, what exactly you put in your board and all that stuff. But I would imagine that if you put Holy Pandas in a Fiel, it would sound similar to that if you had them lubed right. So definitely down to try because I've never actually had the proper opportunity to fully recreate that video. And I think the Fiel is in stock right now. I keep seeing it on Thockstock. So, which by the way, if you don't know about thockstock.com, that's such a good resource for like if you're looking to just get something that's in stock. Which is, yeah, it'll show you all the keyboards that are currently in stock and ready to ship and switches and keycaps. Wing Zero, do you want the feet installed, by the way? These like rubber bump-ons on the bottom. APR Alex Otos. Keep getting the request for the same board build. Yeah, it's like the sound test, right? Like I think it's probably got however millions of views, right? Cool. Yeah, Holy Panda. Let's see, what do we got? 1.8 mil. Yeah, I mean, but like, it's ridiculous. It's so satisfying. But I would like to point out that I think it sounds like the mic is kind of far away. And so there's a lot of room tone in the actual sound of it. But yeah, if another Nathan built the same board, that would be awesome. Let me grab a microfiber and clean up some of my greasy fingerprints here. Okay. Let's, I think I can put the bottom on now. Yes, I can. Let's see, how is it oriented? I think it's this way and this way. Yes, it is. Just to give everybody room to breathe. Still waiting on C3 to release their version of a clicky. Oh yeah, I remember we were talking about that. You don't like that sound? Yeah, I mean, and again, like, everything is very subjective, so it's funny how just it seems to be that one sound test, though, gets passed around, like, every builder for some reason. People are just like, I want that. So this is interesting. I'm tightening down these screws as much as I feel comfortable, and this bottom plate is still loose on every screw. I'm not 100% sure why. There's nothing in the instructions regarding adding in additional material to the bottom, like a foam or something. So I'm curious why it's loose. But I can always put O-rings in it, which will actually end up kind of gasket mounting it a little bit, which would be kind of cool. I just am curious now of what's up here. It's almost like these screws are slightly too long. But they're not. Maybe they are. There's not a lot of material left there. Let me try an O-ring real quick. There's an additional acrylic part that can be purchased. Oh. Oh, wait. Is that in here? No. I don't believe that's here. So what I may try, some O-rings. Just to see if that works. Oh, I didn't know Belle Delphine made a keyboard. Interesting. Okay, let's see. I think what I want to do is insert a screw, use the tweezers to open up an O-ring wide enough to get it on to the screw without losing it. This may not work. These might be too small. They're made for like gasket mounting tofus. Well, they're not made for that, but that's what I bought them for. So they're technically for a lot smaller of a screw, but that might kind of work. Let's try it. Oh, okay. So the one that Glarses has been kind of dunking on every time he makes a video about the PewDiePie keyboard. He's a great content creator. I have a lot of respect for him. I have his bruh mat because I find it very funny. Oh, there's a briefcase involved? I don't know anything about this board. I'm assuming it's something insane because she's kind of that way with her marketing tactics. Some crazy gimmick involved. Okay, last one. Oh, okay, okay. Okay, so we got some O-rings on here. My hope is that once everything gets ratcheted down, that will kind of alleviate that slight gap that we have. Because I feel like while the gap is fine, this is just going to be a better experience overall because it'll also add a little bit of springiness. The one downside is that it will add a little bit of a physical gap there, but you know, you can always pop it open and take these gaskets off if it's annoying. That's way better. That's way more snug. So yeah, there's a tiny gap right here, as you can see, but it's kind of now being taken up by a rubber gasket, which should help dampen any vibrations or sounds like that, any mechanical noise from this board. Okay. Yeah. Okay, so let me get the tweezers out of here. And then I'll put this extra screw back in the bag. Or extra screws. Go in here, the extra accessories. Put the feet on as well. And then let's test it out too, just to make sure all the switches work. Because I actually haven't plugged this thing in yet. Get the bump-ons on. Oh. Then we'll clean it up a little bit. Left some Ryatox related fingerprints on here, I'm sure. That's better. The new stabs. Okay. Interesting. I'm gonna put this to the side real quick. I will check that out as soon as I this taken care of. The accessory kit rolled up. Okay. Let's check out that which I have been sent. Oh, okay. This actually, I think this looks really nice. Very cool. And you have that kind of like digital sunset. Oh, you can't really see it. There it is. This novelty, which I think is really cool. Nice. And the rad. Cool. That is a nice looking build. Okay. Let us, I guess it's time for the obligatory speed cap. So whoever Elvin is, if he wants to come out of the woodwork to start flashing the lights, he is welcome to do so. All right. Let's put this guy back in his box here. And then we have these and the rest. Okay, so this guy and this guy. These guys. And then I'll just leave the bottom in the tray. Those aren't alphas anyways. Send me a picture of the something. Send me. Oh, the acrylic mid layer. Cool. I see. Okay. Yeah, that actually makes a lot more sense now. Like this would sit in the middle, and that's why the screws are so long. Well, that's okay because I put little rubber gaskets on there that keep everything snug. But yeah, at least there's still room, so in the future it can be modified that way. And the tool to open that up is in the kit. So very cool. Thank you. Have a little homegrown expert on this particular board. Okay, so as far as layout goes, which caps I'm putting on, let me pull up a guide, but I just want to confirm which ones I'm installing. So the OG HHKB layout looks like this. There's a... Wow, this is patently unhelpful. Hold on. Again. There we go. There's a control key here. Then there's like a 1U Alt, and then a... I don't know what this is. If this is like a Windows. So I guess I will just put on whatever feels like it makes sense. Let's see. And I'm also not seeing the window or a short delete. I'm seeing a short backspace. So I'll probably put that where the delete is on this layout. And then we'll go from there. So, okay. This is going to be a panic speed cap. And we'll probably have to go back in and doctor it up later. But either way. Ready? What's my macro pad command for this? Let me mute my music. Oh, and I need a timer. Many people put a 1U backspace on the top right. Yeah, I do that too. Because I always have like a function escape Tilly instead. So. Okay. Uh-oh. Fillet's already gearing up. Here we go, people. Okay. Obviously the 7U spacebar, right? That's a given. Okay. And then the shorter shift. We'll use this one. Here we go. Here we go. And then control here. Control here. And I guess I'll just do code. That's the best I got. Nice. Looking good. Don't need this shift. I don't need this. I need this guy here. Here. That's convenient. Ooh. I don't think we need that. But do we? Oh, yes, we do. Here we go. Alright.
Yeah.
And the short backspace I'm going to put here. Perfect. Here it is. That'll go here. Okay. Caps lock. Nice. Tap. Hitting the arrow keys where we're going. Tap. I think all of the number row. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. See, why do I have two musics? I don't want that music. Alright, don't need this backspace. Oh, Patness is back. Hello, Patness. Tilda goes here. Escape goes here.
Yeah.
Don't need the star. RT. ASD. QWE. YUIO. ASD FGHJ. 1. Oh, gotta be careful. W. S. It's all coming together. V. How am I pulling these? How's my pull rate so good? I think this is over here. 5. Perfect. 6. Look at that. Sequential. I think this is.
Yeah.
3.
Okay, that's very cool.
I goes before O. Question mark is here. B goes here.
Bruh.
J, L.
Bruh.
E, F, G. Madness is back at the right time. Y. That's what's going on. Don't need an end where we're going. Need a 9. U. Don't need an F row. Square bracket. That goes here. And this guy goes here. These. Square bracket here. And these. These. Don't need these. Need this. Need 3s. Oh, it's another tilde. Let's give you that. 7. Lovely. Love me a 7. 2. H. Yes. Oh no. Oh no, I'm getting dumb. U does not go here. Goes here. No delete. 0 goes here. 1 goes here. And F goes here. Time. That was good. 4:45. Are you kidding me? Mrs. Brez home. No, she ain't. All right.
That was good. This spacebar sounds really nice. Okay, it's time for a sound test on this guy. Let me actually first put these more appropriately back in their tray, though. I don't want to leave them this way. It is nice that the base kit for this has Alice support, though, I think. Okay, I think that's everything that was left over here. Doesn't it, though? It's so classy. What a classy keyboard. The F-row keys here in an indiscriminate order. 4 minutes might be one of my fastest times I've ever posted, I think. Sounds good, Patness. Modifiers, maybe. Yes. Pro keys. This is a great set, this keycap set, I gotta say. I'm a fan. I didn't used to be. I used to not really like this set, and it's really, really grown on me over the years. But these trays, though, have not grown on me. It's already leaving little crumbs on my desk. Come on, GMK. Do better. Oh. Very cool. Leave back on. And then, let's give her a little sound test, eh? Please excuse the ramen water spots on my desk. Okay. All right, let's get this kind of plugged in, test it out. Oh, fun. The V key doesn't work. That's probably a bent pin issue. That's easy to fix. I kept typing IA into Windows. Yup, we got a bent pin, folks. That's better. See if that works. No. Did I bend it again? Well, that's what we're here for. Making sure that everything works. I can always switch it out too. I did. Okay, I'm swapping this one out. I'll fix it afterwards. Alright. Get in. There we go. Alright, one more time. Once more with feeling. There we go. It's crazy how new keycaps can make you fall in love with the board all over again. It's so true, though. There we go. The V is coming up. Going to see anything. Go. It does not see. Yeah, it doesn't see this as a VIA compatible keyboard, but we can still do a key test. Backspace is there. Oh. Control. This is Alt. And this is Windows. Interesting. Okay. Good to know. And then function WASD is volume. Mute. Huh. Okay. Right shift. And then these are probably the F row now. Yep. Insert and delete. Okay, so function backspace is still backspace. Function tilde is delete. Oh gosh. Cancel, 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 cancel. Did I just end stream? Hello? Apparently function escape is shut down Windows. Hold on. I certainly killed the music. Oh, I think I'm still up. Hold on, let me restart the music. Holy cow. That was an error occurred while recording. Okay. No, I don't want to exit. Jeez Louise. All my panels broke. Reset UI. No. Oh my gosh. Okay, don't do function escape on here. Don't just start hitting random macros and sound settings. What all did this even shut down? Probably a lot. Okay. Okay, music is back. Man, that was dumb. Wait, camera's frozen. No, it's not. We're good. We're good. Okay. I think we're all back now. All of my windows closed and stuff. All right. I think we're just gonna do a sound test now. So let's open up Monkey Type. And then we'll pull up the speed test scene, and let's zoom in a little bit too. And then we'll turn off the music and the compressor on the mic. Compressor is off. Music is off. Mic is directed. Okay, so this is a Tokyo60 with lubed Holy Pandas. I'll turn up the volume a little bit too. And just make sure I can hear it. Okay. And GMK laser. Does the spacebar not work? Hold on. We're gonna have to belay that sound test. Did I not check the spacebar? I swear I did. Please hold. I'm loading via. I'll show you. Alright. We may have a bent pin on the spacebar. I thought it worked. Try function escape to turn it back on. Nice try, my guy. Key tester. No, it doesn't work. Did it work before? I could have sworn it worked before. Well. That's embarrassing. What's going on here? It's almost like I'm not a professional streamer and I'm just a dude. And I also just minimized everything. I shouldn't do this while it's plugged in. Okay. Are you going to bed, Shin? Oh, yep, bent pin there. Okay, so I can confirm all the other ones work. Specifically, function escape works very well. Okay. Via's freaking out. There it is. Okay. All right, we're back at it. So this is the Tokyo60 with Holy Pandas, GMK laser, and I'm gonna do a quick speed test. All right. That's nice. I like that. I think my chat's frozen actually too, on stream here. I don't know if there's a way to reload that. Let's try that real quick. Hold on. Chat box. Maybe not. I might have just broken it, and I apologize, but that's okay. I almost shut my whole computer down, so it does sound hollow. I think it could potentially benefit from some foam, maybe. But I think that's largely due to the fact that it is an integrated plate. So it feels amazing. It feels nice and tactile, and I actually think that the rubber rings in here help because this part is squishy now. So yeah, it's a nice board though. I think it looks beautiful, and it's potentially worth trying. You know, throwing some neoprene or some foam in there or something. But yeah. Anyways, that is I think that's it for this stream. So yeah, I'll be back at it again at the latest this time next week. If I get another stream in midweek, I'll do that. But otherwise, I'm kind of planning to be back on Sunday or Monday of next week. So yeah, I appreciate you joining me. I'm sorry about the technical difficulties as I almost shut my computer down, but you know, these things happen. Cork plate foam works really well. Okay, good to know. Yeah, you could definitely put plate foam in here. It's all hot swap and Phillips screws, and then those screws that aren't Phillips, there's an included tool for it, so it's easy to take apart. But anyways, yeah, that is it for me. Excuse me. I will be you'll probably see me around in other people's chats, but either way, I appreciate you being here, each and every one of you, and we got to find someone to raid, eh? We got 6 people left after the great incident. So who's streaming right now that we could go bother? Is Keeb Noob on? Tim Keyless. Oh, Geo. I might just he's playing Magic, but I'm gonna just toss you over there. How about? He's doing Mediocre Magic Monday, which I love watching. So wait, is that not how you spell his name? Am I stupid? Georen. Bray. There we go. Cool. All right. I will see you guys over there. And yeah, thank you for joining me. I'll see you next Monday. Have a good night, y'all.